Hello everybody and welcome to Athletic Gamer. Versace here is just taking a little bit of a smoke bath. It's something that any undead should do every now and again. Basically, flesh starts falling off and that sort of thing, and what the smoke does is kind of gives it sort of like a beef jerky type consistency and keeps the flesh on the bone. It's a very important thing to do every now and again. It looks a little unnatural, but that's World of Warcraft and we love it anyway. So I thought I'd put out a really quick video on some rogue tips if you're doing an Ironman rogue at about this level. The tips range from level 28 to the current level 30, and it also includes the differences between the gear, because basically from 19 onwards to 29 you're using the same weapon. You're not going to get an upgrade until you get to 29, so the playstyle changes a little bit. Some important things to note about the rogue is that when you're fighting something, what happens when you use an ability, it's called a global cooldown, and that prevents you from using a new ability until that global cooldown is done. Most classes have a global cooldown of 1.5 seconds. The rogue, for every ability, is 1 second. That means you can use an ability every second. So if you need to put out a burst of damage, you can do that as long as you have the energy to do that. So rogue is really about energy management, making sure that you always have energy to do moves in an emergency, especially when doing the Ironman challenge. There are some skills that are off of the global cooldown, which means whether you're in the middle of doing another ability or not, you can still use that ability. Some of those abilities, for example, is sprint, kick, vanish, evasion. There might be a couple more on there. I'm not super familiar with rogue right now, but those are the ones that I know for sure at this level that are off the global cooldown. They're very important. I would assume Cloak of Shadows, when you get way up there, is up there. Usually your big cooldowns, defensive cooldowns, sometimes your offensive cooldowns are off of the global cooldown. That way you can pop them if something goes wrong right after you use a different ability. So that's an important thing to note. I hope you guys enjoy the clips that I'm going to show you here, and I'm going to be explaining through them, and yeah, enjoy that. Okay, so here we are at level 28. As I said before, I'm using level 19 weapons, so they're getting a little bit weak at this time. So I'm going to go forward. I have to kill a bunch of these Stormpike soldiers, or whatever they are. So I'm going to stealth forward, and I always like to start with cheap shot. So here I am doing the cheap shot. That stuns him for 2 seconds, and in the meantime I'm going to go behind him, and when my energy gets high, almost to 100, I'm going to use backstab, and that's so I still have lots of energy in case things go wrong. Just going to pull him back a little bit. Once the energy gets high again here, I'm going to use gouge. So gouge is up, he's stunned. I'm not going to do anything, not going to attack him. Once my energy gets high and gouge is almost over, backstab, it misses of course, and I just finish him off with an eviscerate. Basically I'm using things like eviscerate in my high damage spells, because those are the yellow damage spells that do a lot of damage, or abilities I should call them. So this is it in real time. Pretty much the same thing. Yeah, so that one worked a little bit better. I was able to actually hit my backstab, which does a lot of damage. So every now and again, once life is kind of low, I'll just eat some bodies, because I'm a little undead guy, and you know, I need to replenish my flesh because it falls off. Even though I take the smoke bath, it still falls off every now and again. So here it is again in real time. Okay, and another, I just wanted to show you at this level what it's like if you don't use Eviscerate to finish the guy. See, I was almost at full health before I hit there, and yeah, just finishing him off, I ended up at like 60% health. I use those combo points to give myself Slice and Dice to kill the next mob, so you can see what it's like with these low-level weapons trying to kill something with Slice and Dice instead of using abilities like Eviscerate. I'm taking a lot of damage. I took a lot of damage from the last one, and now I'm at quite low health, which is a dangerous move for an Ironman rogue. You don't really want to be at this low health when finishing a mob. Sometimes things can go really bad, especially, I mean, you have no hit percentage because you have no gear, so you're going to miss abilities a lot. And here's an example coming up where my first ability misses. I'm making some bandages here to show you the benefit of bandages when fighting. It's something that you can do in an emergency. So here I am starting off with the regular rotation of cheap shot, backstab. I'm going to gouge, and as soon as I gouge, I'm going to start using my my bandage. And you see I got 3 ticks off before I came back up, so that's 150 health, which is a significant portion of my health. I've had to do this in an emergency when I'm fighting something and really low and not able to sprint away or vanish away. Here's an example where I missed my first ability, and it's because you have no hit rating. This happens quite a bit, not as much with the yellow abilities, but you miss all the time just trying regular abilities. So you can see already, like, I have less health than the mob does, so I'm kind of in trouble. So what I need to do is just maintain my control of the situation by using gouge and backstabs and finishing them off as soon as I can. And you can see there I hardly took any damage after I did the gouge and everything like that. So yeah, you can also see here I used Recuperate at the end of that because I still had all the combo points left over after I killed the mob. Recuperate is a really good rogue ability. Unfortunately, it's a stamina-based ability, so because we have no stamina from gear, it's really bad. So here's me doing a fight using ambush instead of cheap shot. You take a lot more damage. I was at 80% health when I started that fight, and I'm so low right now, and that's because my low-level weapons just aren't doing the damage they should. So here I'm at level 30. I got my level 29 weapons, so I have much stronger weapons. So what I do here now is actually use Slice and Dice. So I'll do the exact same rotation with the first mob that I was doing before. I now have Deadly Poison on my primary weapon because it just does a lot of damage. It takes a while to kill mobs, so it actually can stack up, especially once I use Slice and Dice. So I kill the mob. You have about 6 seconds before your combo points expire on a dead mob. I use Slice and Dice. I sprint to the next one, so my Slice and Dice is still up. And you can see Slice and Dice is stacking up Deadly Poison a lot. It's ticking for a lot of damage. And I'm not even going to bother gouging because the Deadly Poison tick will actually interrupt that. And I'm just going to kill him quick. I'm going to grab the loot, pop Slice and Dice after my energy is back up, and move to the next mob. And you kill them so fast with a newly upgraded weapon with Slice and Dice up that you only really have to heal every so often, and you can use that 6 seconds when the mob is dead to heal yourself up. You can see here I'm about 50% health. I'm going to quickly loot him. I'm going to eat. I can get off about 2 ticks, so there's 1 tick, 2 ticks, and then pop Slice and Dice off to the next mob again. It's a little hard on your bandages and a little bit hard on your food, but you know what, like, you're Ironman, you're not saving up gold. Spend all your money on that stuff. You don't want to die, because then your gold's no good for you. You got to delete your character. But yeah, here I am showing that off. Eating again. And show it off in real time here. You can still use gouge as a way to interrupt spells, which I use all the time, and save your kick, because gouge does a significant amount of damage and adds a combo point for killing them later. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed those tips and tricks at leveling an Ironman Rogue in the level 28 to 30 areas. And more videos to come. I'll be putting out my next physical challenge here pretty soon, either today or tomorrow. And until next time, guys, keep fit, keep gaming. Goodbye.